Hey there, welcome back, everybody. We've got another big match for you today as we take on Liaoning, this time at home. We got a couple of new players I want to introduce you to really quickly. First of all is Guning Guillaume, who we saw last time. We saw him a little bit yesterday. He's getting the start today. Kind of a rare start for him, 18 years old, out of South Korea. We bought him over from Bayern München in the Bundesliga. He had actually already been on loan here in China, but we picked him up. Looked pretty good to us. So he comes in to play on that attacking left side. And then, of course, most important of all is Mr. Liu Shaoziyang. This name is actually formatted incorrectly, but it's okay. That'll be our little secret. Liu Shaoziyang is easily the best goal contender on the squad. No cons, excellent player. We should be doing very well with him in goal. And let's go out and let's beat Liaoning. So we actually bought Liaoning's best striker off of them. That's Chung Bingbing, who's on the bench today. He might see some game time. I think we brought him on yesterday, if I remember right. So we'll see what happens. Now, it is cold and it is frozen here in Yanji. And I'm going to tell you something else. Here in real life, I've got people coming in to work on the roof and do all sorts of stuff. So this is going to be the real test of this microphone to see if it will pick up any of that outside noise, that background noise at all or not. As you can see, we're still in first place, of course, 27 games played, 27 games won. We have scored 146 goals, which is precisely the reason why I decided to blow the squad up, because naturally that's what you do when you've scored a bajillion goals and when you're completely dominating the league. And we've started the game off, of course, with the ball, and it's Torres getting it from Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung is back now from his international duty and was upset with me for not starting him more often. Well, you have to be on the team to start, Mr. Park. I thought that part was obvious, but apparently not so obvious. Crowd here of just under 20,000, a little bit of a disappointment, but as we move up the ranks, it'll get better. Lee Jin-young over to Kim Yong-il now. Kim Yong-il over to Ravaglia. Kim Yong-il was also with that team away, and it has a rare start for him these days up front, playing striker instead of playing further back, and that's because we've got a couple players who are just a little bit tired. We may put on Chung Bingbing after a little while to take care of things for him. Lee Jin-young now over to Jung. Back to Lee Jin-young again, and it's forward to Ravaglia, who I think is onside. He's fouled, and there's no call. Jabara has it now. Jabara looking for a way to cross it. Ends up going back to Torres and over to Park Myung-sung again. And it's taken off of him, and Park Myung-sung pulls it back. Yellow card for Park already in this game. It's pretty early, and he finally gets the cross into Jabara, who unfortunately is only able to knock it and head it over the goal. So not exactly what we wanted to see happen here, but that's all right. We're getting things going here in the early going. We still are having some problems with cohesion, of course, because we've brought in so many new first-team players. Many of the older players are now either transferred away or are waiting to be transferred away or are just stuck in the under-21s where they won't play because I don't have any room for them. It's still 0-0, and Kim Yong-il now with the free kick over to Torres, and he also cannot direct that one goalward. And we're having a few problems here hooking up and getting real meaningful shots on goal. Kim Yong-il again from even closer in over to Wade, and he can't get that header to go down. And we need to get something going here, boys. This is one of the reasons why I'm a little bit reluctant to play Kim Yong-il at that striker position, because if Ravaglia has a game like it looks like he's having today where he's just not scoring, we need somebody to actually score the goals. And you might wonder about what happened to Luciano Para. Well, he is injured right now, which is his problem. Zhang Jianyi now, this is looking a little bit better. Zhang Jianyi pulls it up, and he gets the crossover to Kim Yong-il, who just can't put that one in. And this is the worry that we've had with Kim Yong-il this whole time. Is he going to be consistent? Is he going to be able to actually make a goal? Here's Lee Jin-young now, and he knocks in that corner over looking for Torres, who's our big man, and just can't find him. That's right off that side woodwork, and that really should have been a goal for Kim Yong-il, and that does not bode extraordinarily well for him, and we may have to make some additional changes here to this squad if we're going to continue to win games. Park Myung-sung now pulls it back over to Yeji. We've been completely dominant in this game, as you can see. Over to Zhang Jianyi, over to Lee Jin-young, over to Jung. Jung now, and he sits with it for a while, finally finds Ravaglia, and Ravaglia's header, unfortunately, is completely off target and is not a threat at all. Mr. Jung there had really, really good, I think, vision, but Ravaglia just not able to get the head around on that one. And we're going to go into halftime scoreless, and this is exactly what happened yesterday. And boy, this is a different look for this team, isn't it? This is not what you've been expecting, not what you've seen so far. I am not happy with anybody's performance out there. Both of our strikers are looking bad, and we're going to take at least one of them off. We're going to put Chung Bingbing on for Kim Jong-il and see if we can't get something happening here. Jabara is probably going to come off as well for Kulundzik, who has been on the squad actually all along. He was on the under-21s. He was getting upset with me for not starting him a little bit earlier on in the season. He should be able to at least play at this level. We'll see if we can get something out of him, and we will continue to go. And I mean, this is kind of normal, right? You blow the squad up, you make a whole bunch of changes, and what you end up seeing is the team has a hard time really gelling together. And Liu Shaoziyang is able to get onto that one after Park Myung-sung gets rid of the garbage. And this is Liaoning now with a shot on goal. And Torres, fortunately, is there to stop it. And here comes Chung Bingbing, the new man, one of the new men, over to Kulundzik, who knows this tactic because he's been playing it all along. You just haven't seen him. And unfortunately, he is dispossessed. And that's a long ball forward, and that's a really, really poor job there by our defender, Torres. And fortunately, the goaltender is able to get around to it. Liu Shaoziyang is also able to grab that one, and he's showing his talent there. My goodness. We need to score goals, though, and this isn't good. And Lee Jin-young especially is not playing well today, and that has me concerned. Lee Jin-young, of course, is that great fan favorite, the pretty boy that we have, and our Lee Jin-young fan club is going to be a little bit upset if he doesn't play well here today. Lee Jin-young there had that shot on goal and couldn't direct that one goalwards, and he had a shot from point-blank range, which also has me concerned. We should be scoring that. You can see this is a great header again from Jung, who looks really good in the early going. But the South Koreans, unfortunately, can't make the hookup, and Lee Jin-young is going to be taken off here, I think, in a second. And here we are at 60 minutes, and yeah, it's time to make a change, and I'm starting to get a little bit desperate. And boy, you haven't seen us play like this. Maybe I should blame the update, right, for destroying the tactic or something like that. I mean, what is it the kids say these days, right? Maybe that's the thing that they do. We're going to pull Wang Tong on, and then Wade is having a bad game, so we'll put another new man on here. Julian Quintero is going to come on as well. Quintero, where did we even get this guy from? There's another one of these guys where I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, we got this guy at some point in time. Yes, he was a free transfer signing. He was with Tigres before, and we just pulled him on because he was free. So free transfer, let's see how you do. Get on in there, kid, and let's see if you can make something happen here for us here at home. Nothing is the score, and this is a much closer match than I was hoping for. Lots of yellow cards for our boys, which shows the frustration. Park Myung-sung now looking for a cross, looking to move it over and finds Kulundzik, and then it's over to Wang Tong, who just came on, unable to do anything. Quintero can't quite get over onto that one. It's back to Zhang Jianyi, and he lobs it over to Chung Bingbing, unable to do much. Zhang Jianyi has not been making me exactly happy lately, and I kind of wish we didn't have to play him. Yeji is able to corral that one over to Park, and then over Quintero, back to Torres, back to Yeji, over to Wang Tong. Over to Quintero now. Now he's looking for Chung Bingbing forward. He's got him. Chung Bingbing has an attacking area, pulls it back, and finds Kulundzik. And Kulundzik is... Andrea is telling me, hey, you should have been starting me all along, you klutz. Why did you have me down in the under-21s? I belong on the first team, and that was an excellent goal by him. My goodness. And we finally have the 1-0 advantage here 66 minutes into this match. And I don't know, maybe we should blame the winter update and the tactic and all that stuff, though I think it's the cohesion that's the real problem. But that was a pretty pass from Chung Bingbing, and that's the reason why we got him. And Chung Bingbing comes back to haunt his former club. What a story. Now can we hold on? And this one is lobbed over, and Liu Shaoziyang has that one all the way. And he's looking at his defenders, looking for an opening, and he'll hold that for a while if he has to. He ends up going deep for it, looking for Chung Bingbing, which is not exactly what we want to see there. Zhang Jianyi winds up with the ball. He corrals it, passes it down to Wang Tong now. Wang Tong looking for a pass forward, nobody there. Gives it back to Yeji here, and then back to Torres, and Torres will reset. Torres now walks it forward a little bit, looking for Jung, and I guess he thought he was offside. He just gave up on that one. Back to Zhang Jianyi, over to Wang Tong. Wang Tong now over to Park Myung-sung. Park Myung-sung has that little tapper into Pietro Ravaglia, who's always going to score that one. And that was really a good play by Park Myung-sung. That's the sort of thing that I think Mr. Park was looking for all along in this game. And it looks like we're going to end up with another win here, as we deserve. And I mean, this is just a beautiful, beautiful pass. Ravaglia is never going to miss from that range. He's not like Kim Jong-il, who tends to miss those every now and then. And that's the reason why Ravaglia is going to get the starts. And Kim Jong-il probably will not be on this club for long. We got a couple of really, really tired players here. And I can't remember how many more substitutions we have. We have one more substitution to make. And I think we're going to take Yejia off, who has not been exactly all that wonderful. We'll put Paulsen back on. And we'll kind of go from here. We have 10 more minutes to hold on 2-0 lead over Liaoning, and I think we're going to get a third here. And Jung is looking for Ravaglia, can't quite find him, and Ravaglia now back to Wang Tong, over to Zhang Jianyi, back to Park Myung-sung, over to Paulsen, back to Quintero. And Quintero walks it forward, finds Zhang Jianyi. Here comes Zhang Jianyi on the left-hand side over to Jung. And unfortunately, Jung In-kyung is not quite able to get that one past the goalie. But that was very, very good. I've been really impressed today with Jung In-kyung and the sort of way he's been playing. He's had a number of key passes and has some very, very good shots on goal. This is definitely one to hold on to for the future. I think he's going to be a very good player for us. Good game overall from everybody except, I guess, from Liu Shaoziyang, though I'm not quite sure what we're supposed to expect from him. Park Myung-sung now back to Torres, over to Paulsen. Paulsen over to Wang Tong. And remember that Liaoning is actually a good club. I mean, they're in 4th place. This isn't like, the 21st place club that's no good or whatever. Of course, as I said, they don't have a striker because he's playing for us now. That's Chung Bingbing. Quintero now back to Torres. Torres moves it forward slowly. Looking for Ravaglia, has him, trying to find Chung Bingbing. He's unable to get around onto it, and he goes back to Paulsen. Now he looks forward again for Ravaglia. Ravaglia is dispossessed as he was trying to pull that one into the penalty area through heavy traffic. And it's Zhang Jianyi now with the ball, kind of walks it forward, finds Chung Bingbing there, and that is Chung Bingbing's 20th of the season, first for Yanbian FC, and it's 3-0, and he does score against his former team. And boy, we love the sight of that, don't we? 3-0 for Yanbian FC. When you look at this, at the write-up in the newspapers tomorrow, you're going to be thinking, my goodness, we had them all the way. This is just another one of those, absolutely ridiculous Yanbian FC wins. Little did you know that this game was scoreless for 66 minutes, and I was a little bit worried that we were going to end up with our first draw of the season. He's onside. He's clearly onside. Everybody there is onside. And Chung Bingbing showing why we signed him and why he's so excellent in the air. And he may end up starting more games. Lots of yellow cards here today, by the way. Every player's got yellow over their name. And I'm not quite sure what's been going on. It's a war out there, and we finally have somebody sent off. That's Wang Zhiyu who gets sent off. I wouldn't think of us having a real rivalry with Liaoning. I mean, geographically, I suppose, but not really. You would expect us to have more rivalry with the other Yanbian-based clubs, including one that is up in the next level, but we will see more of them when we are promoted. And here is Jung at the end looking for a goal from a bizarre angle or a cross or something. Nobody there if it was a cross. I think it was actually a shot on goal. A little bit ill-advised. Chung Bingbing has to be careful he doesn't get sent off with a straight red after that tackle. And Park Myung-sung now looks for Kulun Zik and can't find him, and that's going to be the end of this game. Chung Bingbing was on top form today, just as the note below said. Everybody ends up having a good game at the end, except for my good friend Yi Jin-young, who we're going to have a talk with him. Anyway, though, all in all, I hope that you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun for me. And, man, look at all those yellow cards. So yellow card spectacular today. I will see you tomorrow. Talk to you later. Bye.